The views and opinions expressed on this podcast, including discussions on news, politics, and current events, are solely those of the host and guests and are based on personal thoughts, experiences, and opinions. Nothing stated should be considered factual unless independently verified by the listener. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not provide financial, legal, medical, political, or life advice. Any actions discussed are what we would do personally, not recommendations for others. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research and consult qualified professionals before making any decisions. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. I am your host, Leon, and on that end, there's my co-host, Renee. Y'all know her by now. Look, you can see the setting is different.
Very different.
We are not in the same location. We're down here at Eve's Botanical Lounge.
Yep.
Bar, event space. What else?
All of the things.
all of the things. All of the things.
Yep.
And the address, if I'm correct, is 108 Parrish Street, right?
Yes, 108.
108 East Parrish Street. And right here I have Jessica Breland. Right here I have Uma Ramaya.
Well done.
I got it right? Ooh, I got it right. Ooh.
Yes.
They asked me, was I nervous, y'all?
I'm very impressed.
Oh, don't play. Don't play.
Yeah,
Don't play.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, ooh, okay.
It took her months.
Yeah.
Hey, look, now, it's the going joke that all the guys, I only had no GED. they proud of me for pronouncing that name right.
Listen,
It's not an easy one.
you did good. You did good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Well
good
done.
job.
Yeah. So look,
Mhm.
open up this business, right?
Mhm.
I know it's take a lot of responsibility, financial, personal. Now, who was the one that thought of this? And who was the one that said, "Hold up, let's think about this again"?
Well, I think we're still saying that, right? We're still saying, hold on, let's think about this again. But overall, like we've both been a huge fans or huge advocates of being in the community and stuff like that. And I think as soon as we met, that was kind of one of the things that kind of pulled us together. In fact, well, more so her than me. She kind of clowned on me for not hanging out and not being a part of the community like that. So she actually drugged me out of the house. And I would have to give that, that thanks to her for putting me out in the community. But after that, I believe we just both was like, listen, we need to do more for the community. We need to provide safe spaces and all of those things. So I think at some point immediately after meeting, we both had that alignment. And for the last year and a half, we were looking for spaces and nothing really quite felt right until we came upon 108 East Parrish.
108 Parrish. Now, what you was, if I did my research correctly, you was an event planner or are an event planner?
Yes. Well, still every day now.
Still every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was your idea, and she said you had to think about it again.
I would say it was both of us.
Both of y'all?
So here's the problem.
Mhm.
We're both dreamers.
Okay, both friends. I'm one. I'm included.
You included?
Yeah, put me in there.
She's a little more practical to me when it comes to the day-to-day.
Yeah.
But we both have big ideas, and then we say, hey, let's do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Mhm.
And we had been throwing parties, running events for a couple years together after we got together. And yeah, making spaces in the community that we wanted to see, places that we would want to go,
Yeah.
atmospheres we wanted to be in, a little older, a lot of Black and brown women in particular. There's beautiful spaces in Durham everywhere.
Mhm.
They all cater to a little bit of a different kind of crowd. And we didn't see this yet. We wanted to make it. So we did.
I think you guys did it the right way, right?
Mhm.
So you guys started hosting parties and kind of getting your name out there. I knew, Uma, who's a good friend of mine, well, both of them are great friends of mine, was known for, her event planning and hosting parties. And I think it was a great way with a start to kind of building your audience was hosting parties. Now, whose idea was that? Because I know your battery gets full rather quickly.
I picked I've done a lot of different things in my life. Event planning and party throwing is probably just the latest version. But I did pick an interesting industry because I'm totally an introvert.
Yeah.
And I love to be alone. And my battery fills up when I'm at home reading a book.
Yes.
But I also love to be in community, and I love to see people meet each other where they are. I love to see magic that happens when you bring the right people together. So I do get energized by that. I just then have to go home and sleep for 48 hours.
Literally.
which I haven't been able to do since we opened this place, which is a blessing in a lot of ways because we've been so busy. We've had so many people come through our doors, so many of the right kinds of people, even the ones that, they walk in there and here and they say, oh, is this for us? It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We built it with Black and brown women in mind, but as we know in the world, we are often the most welcoming, we're often the most inclusive, and we wanted that to run into Eve as well. It's ethos.
So y'all built it with love.
100% love.
Yeah.
Now, was there anybody who told y'all, nah, y'all shouldn't do that?
Renee. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, I'm joking. No, you didn't do that, but you cross our T's, you dot our I's.
Yeah, you asked the right question.
You have to have friends like that.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah.
When you dream, you go always have somebody like that.
You need it though. You need someone.
Yeah.
Around you for sure.
Yeah. So, how long have y'all been in this location?
We signed a lease in October, and we opened the doors beginning of February, late January, I would say. We had a family friends event,
a bunch of soft openings, very soft openings.
Yeah.
Now, I also read that y'all had some contractors. Y'all fired the contractors.
Yeah,
we did.
What was that about?
Well, I mean, we had a deadline, we had a timeline, and we also had high expectations of what we wanted. We knew what we wanted, and sometimes you don't get that, and sometimes you just have to do it yourself. You have to roll up your sleeves, and we are women that do that. Like we roll up our sleeves. We have great friends, like we said, with Renee and with Lane, and then our friend upstairs, Ariana, who did a lot of the stuff that's in here with the resin pour, and she built my DJ table. She did the back bar, all of the things. And I think at first we found ourselves redoing things, right? So we had a contractor and we just kept redoing things over. Like, we're just like, this ain't quite right. To the point we were like, you know what, we could just do this ourselves. And we just looked at each other like, yeah, we can. And then like shortly after that, we were like, can we want to do this?
Like, oh no.
Do we really want to do this?
Right.
Yeah, but we went in head first and it came out beautiful. Like a lot of people say, you can't tell that it's just been like a do it your own.
DIY.
Yeah. Hard to tell, so.
I want to talk about community really quick and kind of take it back from prior to opening. I know you guys did your research, a lot of market research as far as areas and places you wanted to go to be able to open up a place. How difficult was it once you found a location and, being a Black and brown women, right, in downtown Durham? I know we call it, Black Wall Street adjacent, right? But we know really you're part of Black Wall Street. But did you find any setbacks when you were looking to get the space at all as pertains to the owners and the people around?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's twofold. You would say, right? You would say the same thing, right? So, I mean, with anything, it takes time, right? And good things come to those who wait, right?
Yeah.
So, in the front end, I would say it took us 1.5 years to find a space.
Right.
We have a realtor, and she's great, and she kept bringing us opportunities, but it just didn't feel quite right, or maybe something on the back end didn't work out because of whatever reason. But once it did, I mean, I think everything went well. Like once we got the space, everyone in the community was helping us out. I mean, you could list off the people who like just really just put their arm around us and just showed us the way. Just anytime we needed anything or needed help with anything, they were right there and they didn't want anything back in return.
Yeah, I say this a lot about this process of opening Eve is that the elders showed up for us in ways that were so beautiful and not totally unexpected, but without any kind of expectation. So they're almost banging down our doors, texting us, what do you need? How can we help? Sending us the right people, sending us the right contacts, walking us to City Hall, doing all kinds of things for us that, opening doors that we wouldn't be able to open, being kind of relatively new to this kind of business downtown.
Also being Black and brown.
And also being Black and brown. We had a lot of people have to open doors for us who had been through this path before, faced the same. And we got a lot of no's, a lot of no's or no answers when we first started, which is to be expected. But luckily we have a friend over here who will never give up. Ever. So even when I wanted to, she kept pushing us along. She doesn't take no for an answer, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Y'all seen y'all have people that help y'all with the plumbing and people was coming together. Yeah, I read up on. I did a little research.
Absolutely. And the other beautiful thing is that there was a lot of other bar and restaurant owners.
Mhm.
So we found a sense of community and that there was no competition. They just came here and they wanted to see us succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of other communities that don't have that ethos or don't have the way that practice.
Durham is that though. Durham is that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure there are pockets where that doesn't happen, but
yeah, I mean downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
It's a beautiful.
Now, where did the name Eve come from? Who thought of it? How did y'all come about that?
She's pointing at me. She came up with it.
You came up with it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really? I like it.
Unexpected, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we came up with a concept of a botanical lounge. I just wanted to cover the place in plants and green and jungly vibes. Not the kind of cartoonish jungly that you see in a lot of American representations, but the old and ancient version of jungly. The rituals, the traditions, the spirituality of it, the grounding of it with nature. So when we were talking about those concepts, she just looked at me one day and said, "Eve." I said, "Yeah, that's perfect. Let's do it."
Because you just dreamed about it, you just woke up, Eve. That's it.
Well, so once we were talking and brainstorming about our intention of the space, what we wanted, it came easy, Eve, right? Because we wanted it to be a space for women, not just for women, but a space where we can highlight and put women on the pedestal that they deserve to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And Eve came to me because Eve was the first woman, and not only that, Eve was framed. You know what I mean? That's our thing too. That's our theme here. Our logo a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like Eve, like for real. Like if you think about how we're treated now, how women are. I mean, it's a little bit different, but for the most part, like the stereotypes, how women's supposed to be in the house, women's supposed to be this, that, and the third. But women is much more than that. Way much more than that. So, I mean, we wanted to just reclaim the name Eve. Mm-hmm. That was our thought behind it. Like we wanted to do that, and we felt like this community would be very receptive to it, and they have been. Like everyone who comes in here, they're like, Eve was ... and they will put something behind it. Eve was that. I don't know if I can use words like that, but all of those things. So I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the storyline of the first woman, in a lot of ways, having been turned into this representation of the initial evil, or the initial humans' interaction with evil. Mm-hmm. Is really profound and dark in a lot of ways, and very interesting when you think about, what women have faced over the millennia, and still continue to face. If you think about like the way that we have to fight for our rights in 2026 still, the way that women are often blamed for a lot of society's ills, a lot of society's evils. That conversation continues to evolve, but it's always something that we're fighting with, and it's always something that we have to fight for, to be seen and holy, to be uplifted, to be, appreciated in those ways. So I think reclaiming the name, and there's a lot of interesting theology and writing and history that challenges the kind of general concepts that we've come to understand from Genesis all the way through to the New Testament. And I love those challenging ideas and thoughts. One of my favorite things about this place is that there are people coming in saying, "I'm reading the Bible right now. I'm rereading it. It's fascinating. There's so many different ways to interpret these stories, so many beautiful ways to interpret these stories." And they're coming in and having discussions about Eve and the women in the Bible, all Mary Magdalene, all of the different characters.
Yeah.
And I think even across the Abrahamic faiths and other faiths, the representation of women is so important and so interesting and so deep. So I think continue those conversations through a space like this is also what we wanted to do.
Yeah. So how did y'all, as far as people out there who want to know about funding a space like this, did y'all do business loans?
This is completely bootstrapped.
Bootstrapped?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was going to be my next question, but because I already knew, but I was going to allow you to ask.
We considered going through some programs and stuff like that, but it's a lot of twists and turns and loops and stuff like that.
A lot of waiting.
So I think at the end of the day, we just decided, hey, this is something we believe in. We're gonna fund it ourselves, and we just did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we kept finding ways.
Yeah, I've done that before. But,
Yeah.
But now I want grants. I don't want no more loans. I don't want to use my own money.
Grants would be amazing. We would absolutely take a grant. if
Yeah,
anyone's
for sure.
listening.
Yeah,
Yes.
but even grants now, like
It's just
Yeah,
so
I
much
know.
paperwork
Yeah.
and information you have to provide just to do it. So if you have the resources and you've done your financial due diligence, then support your dreams. But if not, don't get yourself in debt doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Because once you do that, you got to have a plan with that. When they give you that money, you got to have a plan for it.
You definitely have to
Always
have a
got
plan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when it comes to decision making, y'all bump heads a little bit. It was fair. It's kind of calm.
Absolutely bumping heads.
Who's the most
Yes.
boisterous?
We know who the most boisterous one is.
I don't know about that.
Boisterous is a great word, by the way.
So how do y'all iron that out? Who comes to the decision? Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
I think that's a great question.
Mhm.
We're still figuring that out.
Uh-huh.
Working together is hard. Working with anybody is hard,
Oh, yeah.
right? Living and working and doing life together, it's like a really beautiful, really complex, sometimes difficult thing. And we've learned so much about each other through this process and from each other. We have very different styles of communication and management and interaction and decision making. I think we're getting closer and closer together every day. There's, as anybody who has a business or small business knows, there's a million decisions to make every single day. So, yeah, it's a work in progress, I think.
Yeah, I try to approach it looking inward at myself with anything. I've been trying to do that for the last, I guess, 3-4 years now. And what I mean by inward is just slowing down and making sure I'm not steamrolling over people. Playing professional basketball, I tend to like make quick decisions a lot just on the court and in that fast-paced life. So not being in that life right now and having a business partner and a partner, I sometimes can be like very aggressive, not like in a bad way, but like just like in the no, we need to do this is because I can see the picture and I can see how to do it. And sometimes I find that it's better to just like slow down a little bit and ask questions and make sure that everyone has because you might miss something, you know what I mean? Like she comes up with great things that I'm not seeing it from a different point of view, but it's hard. It's hard for me and it's hard for her too, because she likes she's Uma.
her.
She likes to
I like to flow.
And I'm like, listen, focus. This is what we're doing.
We're air signs.
She's an
Yeah.
We're air signs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do you guys, or have you guys learned to kind of separate a little bit and I say this with living together, business together. How do you guys have that downtime away from each other or, apart?
We
Have
don't.
Have you figured that out yet?
Not yet. But it's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I feel we definitely have not figured it out. It's been months of 24/7.
Yes.
But that's what it takes, right, to open up a business.
She told me not to
Thank you.
not to ask her business questions first thing in the morning. So I just get up and just leave and go do business and leave her alone, let her sleep.
She's been doing that, which has been great.
Yeah.
That is
Usually it's
great.
within
Right.
10 seconds,
Yeah.
my eyes open and it's straight into it.
Because I have all these questions to
got
ask.
a lot
Like,
of
it's a million
questions.
things. There's a lot of things that happen overnight.
I've also learned, she's got an incredibly strategic mind and a very strong will, which
That's
is
a nice way to put it.
a lot of the reason we have gotten this done. I've learned to trust her intuition while also being able to push back and say, wait a minute, like she said, slow down. Let's think about this collectively. Think about if there's another way to do this. And I think it's just, we're slowly coming to more and more closer together, I think, when it comes to decision making. I mean, it's always going to be little things, but we're getting there.
Yeah. We have date nights too, so that helps.
When?
We had 'em.
You tried?
We had them.
Not since, I think we haven't had a date night in a few months, but we're going to get back to
I
that.
would say like a
Maybe a month. Yeah, maybe a month. But the other beautiful thing about getting going with this, even before you're ready, is that you end up with people around you who help push you forward. So we have a great staff. We have a great bar manager, beverage director. They're taking on a little bit more every day. And that's giving us a chance to become slightly more human and a little bit more whole. So I'm really looking forward to like a month from now, maybe 2 months from now.
Vacation is coming close.
Vacation. Oh, vacation will be great.
We just went to Tulum not too long ago. Oh my God.
We worked the whole time.
Yeah.
We worked the
So
whole time.
y'all have staff. So y'all built this with your own. How do y'all pay y'all staff? Do y'all have a business account? Do y'all pay them out? Or y'all,
Gotcha.
y'all
Yeah,
just- okay.
we don't pay them. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Okay. No, we do. But to start off,
What's going on? I hope that you are enjoying this episode, but I wanted to take the time out to ask you to please subscribe to the podcast. I've noticed that a lot of people are watching but are not subscribed. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss an episode when it's aired or about to air. And also make sure you go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. Grab you something. Now back to the episode.
we brought in our beverage director first,
Mhm.
and that was out of pocket
Okay.
because we needed her right away.
Right.
And then as we got closer to opening, that's when we brought in bartenders. And what we did was we didn't like just hire a bunch of people because we didn't want to overpromise either, considering we're new, and we wanted to make sure that we just grabbed a handful of really good experienced bartenders. And that's what we did. We have 3 really good experienced bartenders. And with that, we were like, I think we paid them weekly. So I think right away we started making money. So we were able to like, not making money as in like profit,
Profit.
but
Just
but
money
making
coming
enough-
in.
Make money coming in to be
Coming
able to go
Right.
back out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
so-
sometimes it takes a while before you see profit.
Yeah,
know.
for sure. And then we expect that. We did. And we even expected maybe having to come out of pocket for the first month or two to pay employees,
yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
because that was one of the top things that we didn't know how we were going to do this, but we knew that our most important thing was to make sure how we treat our employees is what we wanted to do. Like we wanted everyone who worked here to feel that they're valued and they, like they're getting paid, because, there's some stories around Durham that, some bartenders aren't getting paid and stuff like that. So we wanted to make sure not only that we're paying them, but they're making living wages as well. So
Mhm.
that was important to us.
Yeah, deeply important. Because what's the point otherwise?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the point of doing something like this?
I think and I say this all the time to Jay when we're like talking, I think, again, people see Jay as the WNBA player, right? DJ, she's fun, but people don't really know I would say the techie side, the business savvy. Well, of course they know she used to own a business, right? But I don't think the audience now know that person who knows how to run a business, who, is fiscally responsible, maybe over fiscally responsible, some would say, to the point where they're surprised. They're like, whoa, like she really knows, especially the techie side, the engineering part of you and knowing how to do the things. I think people are like kind of culture shock because they're like, oh no, Jay, she used to run her athletic recovery business and, parties, DJ. Oh, you know how to do that? Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. She's looking over at me. She'll fire a contractor. Oh yeah, she's serious.
Mhm.
Like, and they're shocked. They're like, oh, she don't play no games.
Yeah, probably because I'm a quiet grinder. I would say that.
Yeah.
So like when I was playing in the WNBA, I was also like owning the business, running that from afar, or when I was in town, and then as well as getting my MBA as well at the same
Right.
time. So like I don't know. I'm always letting it burn from both ends all the time. She tells me to slow down, make sure you eat, make sure you're sleeping.
That's our only weakness. Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I can go.
Everything
I
else
can
is
just
strength.
go.
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
but quietly too, you would never know.
But not
Okay.
only that, she also, apart from the education and the ability to kind of structure a business, think about it holistically, financially. The spreadsheets are, I can't even look at them.
The decks and the
All the things,
presentations
yes.
and
But these are like deeply important things that she loves to do, which I'm so grateful for. But apart from that, she also just teaches herself how to do things. She taught
Yes.
herself how to be an electrician, essentially, right? Like, she taught herself all kinds of plumbing, how to fix things. Like, this woman will stay on YouTube and figure something out.
Mhm.
And like I said, never give up. So,
legal contracts. Like
legal
she
contract.
is amazing. And I think that's our love that we have, because most people don't want to read contracts and understand legalities. And her and I were like, oh, we love it.
Yeah,
We
so
love
like, girl,
it.
you saw that? Yeah, you see that line? You see they try to get you there.
Yeah, we love
make sure
it.
you
Like,
reading, make sure you're reading things.
We could
Don't
talk
just
for
sign.
hours, and people are like,
Not just
enough.
sign. Right. Yes. For
And
sure.
you mentioned WNBA about 3 times, I think. And that was one of my questions. So how long was your career?
I played for 10 years.
10 years? Okay.
Yeah, 10 years.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to UNC. I'm a
UNC.
Tar Heel. Come on now.
I knew that.
We're in Durham, but I'm a Tar Heel. Come on.
I knew that, but I wanted the audience to know. I knew where you went. Yeah, I'm a Dookie, but yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
So what year did you come out of college?
I graduated in 2011.
Okay, yeah, and had a nice long career, 10 years.
Yeah,
that's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
So how was that transitioning out of the NBA to
It was
WNBA?
It was a hard one for sure. It's one that a lot of people do not realize. First of all, a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to be a professional athlete.
Mhm.
You know, you see the product on TV where you just see people up and down and running, they're doing a thing, and then it's easy to talk trash about them, like, oh, they suck, but you don't understand what they go through every single day, day in and day out. Just the constant like wear and tear on the body, the traveling, especially the WNBA, because when I was playing, we didn't travel private. We did commercials, so it's a lot. Like, it could be a quick turnaround. You know, like we can have one game in one city and be done at 9 o'clock. It means I don't get out of the locker room at the media and stuff until 10 or 11 o'clock. I eat dinner maybe at midnight. I get home or to the hotel room back at 1 o'clock. We have bus at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. We travel wherever next city we're going to, and sometimes we have a game that same day. So you get off the bus, you get to the hotel, you maybe get an hour or two of rest, maybe. That's if you elect not to eat. You know, you got to pick. Am I gonna eat or am I going to sleep or what have you? But then you go to the gym and you shoot around. You have a walkthrough maybe. It's a constant grind. Probably why that's why I carry that on in my life right now. Is just used to just going.
Mm-hmm. So did you already have a plan for when you got out?
Kind of, yeah. I had a business, so I remember I was telling you that I was running a business at that time, as well as getting my MBA. So yeah, I kind of did. I mean, I knew I was going to work for myself at some point. I also knew that I wanted to like mentor a bit, and I thought about maybe getting into like basketball operations. So I kind of did that route. Because at one point I was like, you know what? Maybe I want to work for someone else. Let me give this a try. You know, like let's go back to that. And then I quickly pivot from that. I was like, yeah, I think I like to be able to schedule my own schedule and things of that nature. So yeah, it was. I mean, it still was tough. You know, like applying for jobs and trying to reinvent myself because people would just see me as a basketball player, you know, and not who I am as a person. And I mean, I'm a Black woman, you know, Black people in general have a hard time getting jobs. That's just across the board, no matter if you're an athlete or not, like just, and even harder for probably Black men, you know? So I faced that, and a lot of people face that a whole lot, but the WNBA, and the NBA, they also work together, and they have like programs that help you out, like whether it's coaching development programs or if it's like basketball operations, like the operational side. So they try to do what they can. But none of that really prepare you for what you really hit. And most people hit that when they're 18, 21 years old. But when you come out of making fast money so quickly at one point, and then you turn around and you're like, okay, well, and then the world just kind of like just drops you, then you don't really, some people don't, and they don't handle that well either.
Right.
You know.
What was your career before entrepreneurship?
Ooh, so many things. So I started out in human rights. I was working in West Africa for Human Rights Watch. I did a few years with the UN, shifted into journalism, which I loved, but I was not actually great at, because what ended up happening is I would be in these war zones or these, interesting places, writing about often religion and conflict and like that. And I would end up finding the restaurant or the artist or the musician and just sit and talk to them for hours instead of doing my job.
I could picture that.
Yes. So I had a few editors gently suggest that maybe I should switch to arts and culture writing, which I started doing. Took a break, went to grad school. My mom got sick, so I came back to the US for a while. And then I started writing for a local independent newspaper. Lots of arts and culture, lots of community. And then after grad school, started throwing parties kind of adjacent to those things. Working with a lot of artists, chefs, musicians to help bring their ideas to life. And that continued. Ended up, moving back to Southeast Asia, where I'm originally from, spending 5 years in that region, mostly Indonesia, doing a lot of the same work, helping with music festivals and to help start a magazine, a lot of writing and storytelling for different brands and organizations. And then moved back to the US, met this one, and just kept going from there.
Oh, here.
Uma throws beautiful events like no other. Parties, dinner parties. She throws amazing events. She's great.
Yeah, her details phenomenal. Like that back there, everyone comes in here, they're like, "Who made that?" Like,
Don't look at the flowers; they're dying.
yeah,
The flower?
yeah, I mean, but you can see it. Like,
I mean,
this whole space is
yeah,
her.
if
Like,
you-
this is her. Yeah.
If you knew Uma outside of today, which a lot of people do, this like walking in, you can tell that, she put her heart into this place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like Renee frequents here pretty often.
Yeah, I mean, she crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
I'm HR,
Yeah, she is
general
HR.
manager,
Mhm.
all the things.
Compliance.
Compliance. Yes.
Yeah.
Making sure we're right.
Yeah, where we gonna get you in here?
Well-
I feel like you need a date night too.
Mhm.
We got a date. Let's talk about
Look
that.
at Nico in the back, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go out much. I'm a homebody. I'm a homebody.
This is like home right here.
Yeah, I designed this like a living room, so there you go.
I might come down here and listen to you DJ. How you get into DJing? Yeah, wait, you do everything. How you get into DJing?
Yeah, so I at parties and stuff, I always got on the ops.
Mm.
And this woman, she knows how much I love music and how it moves me. And she just one day for my birthday, she bought me a controller. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And they got into it, and then I just started doing it. And then, okay, let me back up a little bit. So once she bought me the controller and we throw parties and we throw events, I was like, dude, I could just DJ. I was playing at first,
Remember
and
the
then-
fiscally responsible part?
Yeah, right? Yeah, right.
That's a line item.
All right, that's a
Move.
line. Yeah. So it was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that
So how long you been doing that?
less than a year.
Oh, bro, less than a year.
Less than a year.
Dang, I thought I'd be seeing your stuff on IG. I thought at least I was giving you at least 3 years.
No,
That picks it up real quick.
I mean, it's coming up on a year now. Like this spring will be a year. I would
Mhm.
say, yeah.
Okay.
It was-
Now, can you just pull it back? Can you do you know? I know y'all have bartenders on and all that. I don't know if y'all know y'all signature drinks. Do y'all know them by hand? Or y'all know them?
Well, we have a constantly evolving menu, which is, I think, normal for a new place.
Okay.
Trying out a lot of different things. We have a brilliant bar manager who has some beautiful drinks that we've tried out the last few weeks. There's a couple of hits, Angel Numbers, which is actually a throwback to Southeast Asian flavors and memories from childhood. We have a drink called The Ritual, which is actually my favorite. I don't know if it's the most popular one. It's a little polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically an old fashioned washed in sesame oil, which is also another
Mhm.
Asian flavor. It's a little bit strong. So if you love it, you love it. If you don't,
Yeah.
what'd you say, Renee? It tastes like peanut butter?
It has like
Peanut
a peanut taste. I don't know.
It's
It's
the
kind of hard to
sesame.
just, but it's the sesame. But I didn't know that, right? So they had a kind of a friends and family where you're able to test the drinks and provide your feedback. So I was just like, is this peanut butter? But I love peanut butter in a drink because I was like, this is different. Like, it's very different. I wouldn't say it's not my favorite, but I was just like, it's definitely, it's a must try, right? I think it's an acquired taste. I would say that, but
Yeah.
Angel Numbers is good, but I'm a simple girly. I'm a gin and tonics girly, lemon and a lime. That
So the great thing about Eve is that we want to combine, I think the great thing about Eve, we want to combine those interesting flavors and
Yes.
profiles and stories
Mhm.
with all the classics. So
Mhm.
we have a really strong classic menu at the moment, and we'll continue to evolve that. But you can also come in here and order anything you want. These
Yeah.
bartenders are brilliant. They know what they're doing.
And if we don't have it, I guarantee you we'll have it next week.
we will have it next
Yes.
week.
Yes.
We'll get it for you.
Yes. Just let us
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now I asked that question for the audience because I don't drink, so I wouldn't know what.
They
what
make
is
a
good,
mean
what's not.
mocktail too.
Mocktail. I don't even know what that is. What is
A
mocktail?
mocktail. Mocktail is a cocktail with no alcohol.
Okay.
So a lot of fresh flavors, often fruit, sometimes sparkly water. There are really interesting non-alcoholic wines out there now, sparkling wine, regular wines. So our bartenders are great, and mocktails, non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, we gotta get you one after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get you
I'll try the
make you one.
mocktail. Mocktail, baby.
Yeah.
Mocktail Leon. Now look, back to the business part, because I'm just thinking, I be thinking about this all the time, even for myself. I know y'all say y'all bootstrap this thing. Now, would y'all think about going to get a loan, or have y'all already done that?
We considered it, but I think
Because y'all, I asked you that because now that y'all got some cash flow, y'all can show that y'all making money, and then y'all won't have to continue to use your own money.
Yeah, well, so we looked into some loans, and I took out a piece of paper with a pen,
As she does.
and I
Yes, she
started
does.
to write down everything. I wrote down the interest, I wrote down, all of the things, and I'm like, we can either pay this bank, I don't know what, 15% to, I don't know, 29% or whatever it goes up to percent, or we can just use our own money, maybe even loan ourselves the money and pay ourselves back the interest and or something of that nature. But it will only make sense to get a loan if the interest rate is low. It makes sense for that. And then if we did that, we will also pay it back quicker too. We wouldn't go the whole 3 years or 5 years. We would double up our payments and stuff like that, pay more of the principal and what have you, just because they get you caught up in that. You end up paying more money than you needed. Like you went to get a $30,000 loan. Now you done pay back what $50,000, and that's money you could have been doing with something else. So I think if you have the cash, maybe use the cash, but sometimes it's better to play with other people's cash too.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to pay to play.
Yeah.
As I always say, it needs to make sense.
It needs to
right?
make sense.
Every time we're talking, I'm like, does it make sense?
It need to make sense.
It needs to make
so
sense.
if it makes sense, then yeah, I mean we took out some credit cards and stuff like that, but that also helps. I mean, it hits your credit at first, but it helps it out. I think the biggest thing here is just making sure you have good credit. Especially like for us Black people, like I don't know, brown people got better credit than us, but that's another story.
Sometimes we're a little too obsessed with it, of course.
Yeah.
I would say that just make sure, regardless if you're gonna get a loan or not, just make sure that you're doing the things you have to do to make sure your credit score is where it needs to be, because you never know when you need it. And it's always good to use credit. I mean, that's how America has really been built on. This is what
yes.
Yeah.
It's what they do. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a unnecessary game, I think, this credit score thing, right? There's so many other countries that don't even have it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to play the game, especially when you're trying to get into business. And, I hate that we even have to think about it, but that's the strategy.
Yeah.
As far as events, have y'all had y'all first event here? Anybody hit y'all up about having an event here?
Oh, we have a lot of inquiries, but when I say we, I mean she's working on it. But we've had some events already, and we have something to come in as well. Just trying to figure out how we can make it accessible and for people, and make sure it works around the board. Make sure that, because we don't want to just do something just to be doing it.
Right.
So it needs to make sense for not only us, not only the event planner, but also the community too. What are we putting out there? So.
Yeah. And the other side of that is that we've gotten such beautiful feedback and so many great requests to use the space. People really want to be here. They want to celebrate things here. They want to do, see their important milestones recognized in this space. And that's exactly what it was for. So waiting through. If I haven't gotten back to you, I will.
She will. I've gotten inquiries in my DM on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, hold on.
Forward it to us.
One, because I'm a supportive friend, so I'm always shouting my friends out.
Yeah,
so she'll get back to you.
I will.
You guys hit the ground running. Like, you guys, like, even before you felt all the way 100% comfortable that Eve was, to where it should be, you guys just opened and was like, listen, we'll work as we go, or we'll finish as we go. Do you think that kind of helped with building kind of the clientele that you have now? It's just that, you didn't wait. Most of the time, we always, as women, we want to wait till we're 90 to 100%, sure.
Yeah,
And
but
you
when
guys
is that?
are like,
when are you ever sure? I feel like that would never, that, for
Sure.
me anyway, because I'm way too OCD and way too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, we're not ready yet. We're not ready.
yeah.
We would never have been ready.
Yeah,
But that's
never
what they
ready.
say, right?
Yeah.
Everyone who's done this before, you just do it before you're ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we've had an amazing staff who has rolled with us through the
Mhm.
changes and through the figuring out how to do it, and we're still doing that. Of course, we're going to keep doing that. But also, I think working with women who, like you said, like their attention to detail, the way they want to see things work well, the way they want things to be beautiful and a great experience. We have this great team that's doing this together, building this together. And so we're gonna just keep evolving, I think. Yeah.
And then it also allowed us to grow with the community too, right? Like I think if we came in here and everything was super full, then it wouldn't give us room to add in things, like we have people that come and bring us plants. You can bring plants anytime you like. Just so you know.
Plants and books.
Yeah, plants, books, records. And we love that because it's not just for us. This is the community thing. So we want people to come in here and feel like they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest
Yeah.
thing. So we can see, like we listen to people. If you have any kind of feedback, we welcome it. Good, bad. I mean, that's only how you're going to grow anyway. If you listen to what people want,
Yeah. She might say no, but
Yeah,
but
say
worth an
no.
ask.
You can't say
But I
yes
wanna
to
hear-
everything.
Can't say yes
No.
to
You
everything.
can't say yes to everything. That's what she teaches me. You can't say yes.
Yeah, I would say no, but I would say I'm a person that would still hear you. I'm gonna think about it later. It would be in the back of my brain, and I'm trying to figure out why was that asked for,
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then maybe come back and might compromise a little bit, but
And if
It-
it makes sense, right?
if it makes sense. Yeah.
As we kind of, I guess, wind down or close out, because I know you guys, they're having another party, so come to Eve.
Same
I want to
Friday.
ask, what's been the most challenging that you didn't think would be since you've opened?
Those damn contractors.
The beginning, the contract.
Beginning. It was stressful.
Yeah,
It was stressful.
I would say that too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just do it like DIYing everything, getting in here. She was in here, of course, 15, 20 hours a day. I was trying to keep it at 12
Mhm.
to 14. But being on our hands and knees, painting things, scrubbing things, cleaning things, lifting things. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm just a girl. But then you push through and you get it done. And I think that was it was really hard, but it was incredibly satisfying too.
Yeah.
Be able to step back and look at this place and be like, hey, we did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a lot of help, but we did it.
Yeah, I would say the contractors too. You're right, because everything else, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but the city was great. Every time the sheriff was phenomenal.
Amazing.
We went to City Hall. Everyone there was great. They
Fire
moved us
marshal.
along. Like we thought that process didn't take long. We thought it would. We heard that sometimes it could be horrible, but we didn't have that experience at all. They were actually really joyful and good. Yeah,
they were great, so helpful.
pointing us
Even
in the right direction.
Yeah, even the ABC permits, we went there, they wanted to see us succeed. I think you can go to those offices sometimes and they just like to say no.
Yeah.
But the one in Raleigh, they helped us out. They helped us make photocopies. They made sure all our documents were in order. They didn't send us away, which we'd heard that was a thing, that they would send you away 3 times for little mistakes. We got our license that day. And then the beer and wine was easy after that. But yeah, the city's been great. The structure's been great. The community's been great. As soon as we opened our doors, they came slowly flooding in.
Right.
And now it feels like a full flood, which is great.
Yeah.
And we would love to see that keep happening. But
So, last question for me, anyway. For both of y'all, but one of y'all can answer than the other. What would you leave a rising entrepreneur, someone who's looking to start their business? What would you leave them? What would you give them? Kind of advice?
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions and ask for help. I think sometimes we feel like we have to prove a point, meaning like if we don't ask a question, if we can just show people we can do it, then it means more. But I think it means more to ask for help, because you have so many people that's here to help. And we all, especially older people, we go through the things that we go through just so we can be able to give advice to someone else. So if you can learn from someone else's mistake, always learn from their mistakes. And when you're starting up a business, learning from someone else's mistakes is going to save you a lot of money. and I'm always about saving money. So yeah, just ask questions.
You?
I would say find a good partner. I mean, I know a lot of us, especially women, we do things on our own because we've had to do things on our own. Partnership is also hard, but if you find someone you can build with, it feels like you're carrying a burden together, like you're creating something together. It's not just you on your own. You can bounce ideas off each other. You might drive each other completely crazy, but you also refine each other, right? Like you get better, you challenge. You know, you don't just say yes to each other all the time. You say, why are we doing that? Why are we doing this? Let's think about this. Let's do this differently. And I also think just like combining experiences, combining desires, combining tastes, all of those things can create something really beautiful. So I've really enjoyed working with her, and I love that we have a team now that also continues to refine us and help us get better and get more creative. Working with women is the best.
Yeah.
It is. It really
I
is.
heard it. Yeah.
Working with women is the best. You hear that, Leon? Working with women.
I mean, we love y'all too.
is the best.
We do. We love y'all too.
Yeah, y'all get things done. Y'all get things done. I got to give you that. Get things done.
I think this was a great, interview to celebrate Women's History Month. What do you think?
Yeah, it was great. Great
You
interview.
picked the
Love
right
it.
month. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I was waiting on this.
he was.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for, we've been talking about it for a while, but I've been asking you guys for a while, and Jay's always like, give us time.
Yeah, give us time. You know,
Give us
we've been
time.
busy. We see it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And the word impel means to take action. And as y'all can see, these two took action. And like you just said, you don't have to wait. You can have a plan, but everything ain't gonna go as planned.
Yeah.
You just gotta step out there, get it done, and figure it out along the way.
Yep.
Like you said, you had many people helping y'all, and y'all got it done. Y'all here, y'all open. Make sure y'all come and check them out. 108 East Parrish Street, Durham, North Carolina. Eve's Botanical Bar, Lounge, event space.
All
Y'all
the
see the
things.
place right here.
Beautiful.
Nice. Get you an event. Call them up. Pack a schedule.
Yeah, but
I'll get back to you, I
right.
promise.
Yeah.
And if she don't respond, it's not me. If you see me,
Yeah.
it's her.
You can blame me.
Well, all right. There you have it for another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. And remember, seize the opportunity to grasp your dreams. Peace.
Peace.